Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Thursday, the 23rd of May. All right, as I bring you over to the MyFX Trading Hub now, no real change at all following the FOMC minutes that sort of came and went without without too much fanfare, and that's pretty much because the geopolitical issue, especially around Brexit and this US Sino or US Chinese situation, is still covering all the news pages. So the major pairs, no changes to yesterday's sort of technical outlook, and the fundamental outlook stays set as it is at the moment as well. I'll just give you a quick look at the charts there. You can see, things are really diffused, but you know what? I think there's a real chance here we might see get some progress. So the Aussie heading downwards, just slowly trading sideways. Now this is quite common for a currency that's in a downtrend. That just doesn't just drop every day. It has a couple of days where it consolidates and then moves again. Now, dollar yen is the one you want to keep a close eye on. We saw some stops triggered above 110.40, okay, as momentum from that US-China situation sort of dissipated. But you know what? Now it's hitting the news wires. The US have come out and said the next round of tariffs won't be for another couple of months, or at least a month away. Anyway, that sort of stirred things up. So with that, dollar yen is drifting lower again, back down through the cloud. Big chance for that safe haven trade to come back into play. And I've left the euro chart here sort of as it was. You can see these couple of false breaks. This first one on Brexit, and then just a little pop high yesterday. Can't remember what the random release was, but it's once again, it's generally trading sideways. But you just want to be careful what you're sort of getting yourself into, because you can come unstuck just on these short spikes as the market sort of tries to work out what's going on. Now, sterling, it is trading sideways, but I've got it, sort of down, but I've got it sideways on the MyFX Trading Hub, primarily because it's so random and loose, it's hard to work out what's going on. The dollar CAD, well, the retail sales data, a little bit stronger, so it's sort of dipped, but then you can see what's happened here. Oil has dropped a couple of bucks from 63 to 61, and that's taken dollar CAD higher, right? So once again, you got the CAD fundamentals working against the oil, but you can see oil dominating. So dollar CAD still in the too hard basket for my liking. If I just give you a quick browse at the news there, you'll see, the general headlines. I cover just the US-China situation. On most levels, dollar yen coming back into play as Brexit and China issues dominate, and that's where we are at the moment. So when you put all that together, you come out with the general outlook that we've got here, where the technicals are just trading sideways. Continuing to dominate the best trading situation is the Aussie and Kiwi, the two pairs that are trending, going with their fundamental outlook. Liquidity, market conditions today, well, we've got normal liquidity, so it's sort of good trading conditions. And there's a slight risk-off scenario stemming from the equity markets. US equities slightly off, Aussie drifting, Kiwi drifting, and also dollar yen sort of drifting lower there as well. Okay, so, and there's no need to really, I guess, highlight it, but the core market drive is still the geopolitical issues going forward. Now, as we come into the day, you've got to sort of plan your 24 hours out, and it really comes down to following what releases are coming up. Now, to me, it's pretty good trading conditions, okay? So the upcoming events, we're through all the heavy lifting stuff, like all the potential high-impacting stuff. You saw the FOMC. It is a very high or potentially high-impacting event, but if there's nothing changed, then it's just brushed aside very quickly. Now, we start to get into the European parliamentary elections today, and also a bunch of European data. So keep an eye on this stuff as we go through, because we may start to see some sort of trend here with the data. If it's all weak for Europe, well, that's going to add pressure to the currency and probably escalate a little bit of tension in those European parliamentary elections, which I expect to be a pretty negative outcome as we go forward. All right, so you've got the US new home sales in amongst that, and some Kiwi trade balance figures, but I wouldn't be holding my breath on that stuff at this stage. Keep an eye on the euro. That's going to be the major pair to be focusing on today with those upcoming releases. But make sure you do obviously keep close attention on Aussie and Kiwi. You're looking for entry levels on these things. And this is where you can come down to the analyst picks and get a bit more insight into this. Mark's put up a good post here on the outlook for Aussie yen. Now, this is a pretty good setup, and I'll just give you a quick look at that. Whoops, wrong page. If I just come over to that. So the outlook, basically, Aussie, with this US-China situation, if the China-US situation blows up, then we are going to see, significant move in the safe havens, the Swiss and in particular the yen. So dollar yen will go down. Of course, the Aussie being the major benefactor of the Chinese sort of growth, that will get hit, and that should see Aussie yen in particular take a massive hit to the downside. So I see that as being a major potential opportunity for all traders to get into. And this, on the face of that too, you can see up the front here, Aussie yen, it's a longer term sort of outlook. It's about time we've had some opportunities to get into some long-term trades that you can hang on to as you go through that. So check out that update there as well. It's well worth having a look at and potentially planning, a longer term trade where you have a longer stop, much bigger take profits, and setups all in there. All right, guys, that's it from me. There's it's pretty sort of quiet markets at the moment, but I think what you'll find if you have a look across the time zones on the US dollar, okay, the US dollar index in particular is about to break through the daily resistance. That'll put the dollar index into a topside move, and you want to keep an eye on these pairs, although dollar Swiss may be taken out with a safe haven, will not go anywhere, as is dollar yen. But dollar CAD with oil rallying, all we need is US dollar rallying, and dollar CAD's going to start getting some topside direction. All right, guys, that's it from me. Keep an eye on Aussie Kiwi and the Euro. Have a good trade day. We'll see you in the 247 trade zone. Cheerio.